Do I look like a fucking paranoid lunatic to you? Fuck you, because I'm not done with that situation. Where's part 2? Well, part 2's now up, and this is part 3. So, shut the fuck up, I don't know what you're on about. Farmer replied to that, or Famer, sorry. Famer replied to that, saying, we as backers did get fucked. We paid a hell of a lot of money. Yes, you all did. I did. I paid a lot of money. A lot of other people paid a lot of money, and we get a shitty paper sleeve. You're right, we did. Scheme KOS said asking for a refund while simultaneously opening the sealed wrapper on a game. Good luck with that. The whole unwrapping thing is neither here nor there. My tier said a collector's version. What I was given is not a collector's version, so they can either send me a proper replacement or they can give me my $60. See where I'm coming from? Cy Russell underneath that said, also note how he had the option of a refund and turned it down. Well, what would you have done? Would you know, if they said deliver a partial refund, then I probably would have taken that. But a full refund was out of the question when you've waited for 4 years. Especially in my case, because it was my first ever Kickstarter campaign. So it's kind of a what would you have done scenario. In my case, I generally will stick things out on Kickstarter. But if they'd offered like a $60 thingy, I would have taken that, most likely. Only to moan about wanting a refund. No, it's not moaning, it's spoken for truth. They owe a refund or a replacement. Fucking clown is winding himself up. Yeah, fuck you, because you don't know what you're talking about. Scheme Carlos came back on that saying, you're actually a muppet. You are never getting your make-believe Kickstarter Steelbook edition you don't film. The Steelbook edition does exist, and I believe it will come. If it's not a Steelbook type version in the CE, then I don't know what it would be. Because it would either be the version that says collector's edition at the top, or the version that says Day 1 edition at the top. Either way, it would be a downside better than this regular box that says nothing on it at all at the top label bit. And the final one is from Bashiru Blues. So where's your list we've been hearing so much about? Well, here it is. It's all been broken down for you. So in coherent, reasonable points. That's done. What have we got here? Part 2, 1 of 2. Famous said, thank you for speaking out for the community. Did you hear a lot of backers' names? A lot of backers' names are not mentioned in the credits. That will get fixed. I can't take this paper sleeve, mate. So pissed. At least give us the steel case. I agree. If you paid $300, would you accept a stupid slipcase cover like that? No. It's not really unique or special at all. It's not even signed by Yu Suzuki. There's like a red, there's like two, like one of them's a blue slipcover and one of them's a red slipcover. It's the same fucking thing. Underneath that, Chris Wood said, have you read the emails that you've received from Fangamer and YesNet? Yeah, when I read email, I generally try to catch up as and when I can. If you did, you would realise the following. The rest of your CE is coming, yeah, I know that. There's another box due, I did know that. Fangamer confirmed multiple times that they were sending out the games first, yeah I know that, but the game I got is not what my tier says. So that gamers could get started with the game or release it, yeah I know that. So don't worry, you will still be getting the Chunky Fad box set, yeah, but if the Chunky Fad box set hasn't got my CE in it, then they still owe a replacement or a refund. So I'm going to see what happens in that regard with the non-unboxing video when that shows up. 2. The Epic Games Store deal has already been explained. Yeah, so it doesn't mean I have to agree with it, doesn't mean they have to stick with it either. Deals can be changed or negated, remember that. Just because they don't doesn't mean it can't be done. They just make it look impossible, but don't get fooled, don't be a stupid idiot, things can be changed. EGS has pre-bought something like 250,000 copies of the game, digitally. Would I have preferred that it was on Steam? Yes, but during the Kickstarter, Steam was never mentioned. Not explicitly, no, but if your reasonable assumption is that it will be on Steam when it comes out, then that is what fans expect, and I think they should have been delivered what their expectations were. That was a reasonable expectation, and they should have delivered on the Steam version, and as far as I'm concerned, and as far as you should be concerned as well, they should have done it on GOG as well, as another option on the PC side. 3. Deep Silver was a publisher that was interested in Shenmue 3, and well, so they were, because they were a fucking shady company, shady as all hell. Remember the Dead Island with all that stuff? Yeah, Deep Silver is not as legit as you think. I'm pretty sure YesNet didn't have hundreds of companies knocking at the door. No, they didn't. But any developer or publisher worth their salt should have realised the value of making Shenmue 3 that many people, many fans and a lot of the community were waiting a really long time for this game to get made, and nobody bothered to step forward in terms of investment, saying, oh yeah, we'll put a few $1 million in, we'll give you $10 million. And then maybe another investment firm would come along to give like another $5 million. Okay, maybe it's not a massive amount overall, but I've seen smaller games deliver a greater product. Just saying, look at Witcher 3. Witcher 3 had a smaller budget than Grand Theft Auto 5 and yet delivered an equal, if not superior product to GTA 5. It's probably equal in a lot of ways. As a side note, the fact that you are advising the company break legal contracts, in my opinion, saying no, they don't have to break a contract, they can either negate it or they can change the terms of the contract. That is a surefire way to show that YesNet would never release another game in the future. Maybe they don't deserve to release another game in the future. Which companies would ever deal with them knowing they will break a contract? Not if they broke it, no. Plus, it is due to the investment that EGS and Deep Silver gave or that we now have a more fully fleshed out game. Yeah, great. That does not mean you have to limit the options on the PC side. If we had only the Kickstarter budget, it would have been a very different experience. Yes, it may have been smaller in scale, it may have been a slightly more... there wouldn't have been as many things in there, but they would have ensured that it was still a playable, enjoyable experience for those that were waiting 18 years to play it. So I still think they could have come up with something viable in that regard, even without the money from Sony or Epic. 4. I actually agree with you about a true PC physical release. Thank you. This was promised during this Kickstarter and should have been honoured. Unless they're changing things that needs addressing. 5. In regards to backer content, please make sure the DLC is downloaded onto the PS4, which it was. Close the game, restart it, and then enter your 5-digit backer code. That's because I think... Actually no, because I exited the game to put in the 12-digit code. I re-entered the game to put in the 5-digit backer code, and it didn't work, so I would have to reinstall the game to activate backer code. Maybe it now works, and if it doesn't, I'll be installing it, having it patched. Doesn't work. Back to uninstalling. Legendary Lewin says, at least you've got your backer copy. Yeah, I did well, if you can call it that. Mine was only just dispatched today by the shitlords of Spiral Galaxy, who keep on blaming Fangame, or they're blaming each other. I say it's a blame game. I sure as hell will not be using Kickstarter ever again after the shit show. If they do Shenmue 4, don't support it at all. I won't endorse it. I won't encourage it. I won't Black to Black Plague. Just ignore it completely. Finally, Bastille Blues. So this is Christopher's list we've been hearing so much about. Yeah, pretty much. And that was the comments from first of part 2. And then finally, I had to bring up this separation on this. This was second part of part 2. That was Chris Wood. That's just the same thing for second, third, fourth, and fifth. The points that were done there. I said no. If you watched it, I got a reply to it on there. If I was the main publisher, I would have stormed over to Shenmue 3 like an elephant in like a bull in a china shop, because it has this massive mythical element to it. And so why would publishers not offer to help out? It makes zero sense to me. That was my reply on that. He said, the problem with your solution is that neither AGS nor Deep Silver will be interested in renegotiating the contracts. Well, fuck them, because I think they should. If you want, you can argue that yes, the Studio Productions were foolish for making such agreements, but it is now done. So, there is not going to be the chance to change the deal. I don't care whether the contract with Epic is now underway. Change the deal or negate it. You don't need to break it, just tell them you're going to just cut loose and do something else. That's an option. Pretty much, I replied to that, pretty much all game companies operate the same way. They take money and operate, perhaps not in a shady way, but certainly in a naive way. Do what is best for the game and its fans, or do what is best for profits and investors on the not Kickstarter backside of things, investments and companies. I know of no company that does the right thing, and certainly not in the modern age of season passes, DLCs, and all that other junk, which a lot of it is. Because nowadays, is the so-called modern age. They just don't do things properly anymore, and perhaps they never have. Kevin Shepherd replied, one of the main reasons that Shenmue 3 took so long to be made was exactly because they didn't have a huge number of companies wanting to back the game. You say you know the history, I know bits of the history, but your assertions shut otherwise. I never said I know the full history of Shenmue 3, but I know bits of it here and there. It's a bit like a minefield. If they had publishers falling over each other to back them, Shenmue 3 would have been made a long time ago. Not really. If they said they knew like another $75 million like Shenmue 1, then it might not have been made. Might not have been made, even with some minor investment interest. YesNet does and did not hold all the cards here. No, they didn't, because the IP license was with Sega, and it was partly only through Sega's blessing of this that Shenmue 3 was allowed to get off the ground. Kevin Shepherd replied, your proposals on this list show a fundamental lack of understanding of how these game companies, publishers and funding operates. I don't care how they get developed, I don't care how they get published, and I don't care how they get funded. Do it properly, or don't do it at all. And I will always, that's one of my main things, that's how I say it. And the last thing is, I replied, we backed it. Thus, we deserve to say in how it was developed, published, and maybe even going to run a survey on how the game cases would look. Give the fans some more surveys. Stuff like this would have gone a long way with the fans or community to avert the anger on a lot of the backlash and hate that was done. So there was that. That wraps up part 3. Hopefully there'll be a non-unboxing video. I hope there won't be a part 4 unless I get more feedback. Do some video replies. Come on. So I'll see you all at the non-unboxing or part 4. Okay.